BullsEyeView, welcome back. Um, this is going to be a little preview for the Washington Wizards versus Chicago Bulls later today at 7 p.m. Central. Tune in for the game. We're going to give a little preview insight to what we think the Bulls are going to do to respond from their 143-107 loss last night to the Miami Heat. The Washington Wizards are 1-14 coming into the game today. Lost 140 to 110 last night to the Toronto Raptors. Didn't really put up much of an effort in the NBA Cup game, and can't say much different for the Chicago Bulls. Yeah, can't say much different there. So, AJ, love to know what you're seeing from the Wizards. Who should we be on the lookout for? I know I'm seeing right now Alex Sarr was out last night against the Raptors, questionable for the game today, as well as Bagley. What should we look for as the Bulls coming back after that loss, and what are the keys to winning this game later tonight?
I think it's a little obvious, and I hope it's obvious to every Bulls fan. But if you didn't watch the game, we are having and it really wasn't an issue to start the year. Now it's really a problem on the rebounding issue and on the defensive end. But we were making up for it on the bench points. We were outscoring the other team's bench by insane amounts. We were passing the ball at a very high level. We were getting everyone involved. Everyone was scoring, like the Heat did to us yesterday. They had everyone scoring.
Yep.
Everyone was getting the ball. Everyone had a chance, whether they made it or not. Like Fontecchio, I mean, he had a rough night, but like he had plenty of great opportunities.
Great up. Yep.
Like we talked about that. Like the score should have been more for the Heat. I think like they could have beat us by way more.
I would agree.
But the main problem with us right now is like we just cannot. We just have a problem like defensively. There's like miscommunication. We can't box out. Like everyone, like it feels like even when we do box out, like someone puts a shot up, we box out. Someone from the other team, the opposing team, will get their hand on it, like tip it, and then it's kind of like a 50-50 ball. It goes out of bounds. Then it's on the refs to make the right call.
Yep.
And sometimes you just can't review stuff like that. Like it's too early on. Like who's it out on? You just live with it, even if it's the wrong call. If Alex Sarr comes back from his toe injury tomorrow, he's more of like he just reminds me of Khalil Ware.
Very similar.
I mean,
honestly, more of a defensive presence.
I would agree.
He's averaging 2 blocks a game. He's second in the league, and I assume that he's just behind Victor Wembanyama, right? Because he's the only guy that's averaging more than 2 blocks a game. So
I think he's probably behind Vooch.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's definitely behind Victor.
Vooch's
right?
inside presence is elite. So.
No, he's behind Vooch. No, he's behind Victor.
Yeah,
right?
Victor. But yeah, this is a response game that here at home. Yes,
back to back at home.
Yes, we're both coming off back-to-backs. Rough games, both teams last night. But they had to travel, and they're really slow. Maybe they watch film on a plane. I'm doubting it. I'm thinking they're getting that sleep and watching film in the morning today. So I don't think we're really at a disadvantage anywhere being at home on a Saturday. We should have a good crowd tonight. They should be just as invested as they would have been last night. But too bad there was nothing to get excited about. So who should we be on the lookout for other than Alex Sarr? We know they've got vets over there in Washington that have gotten traded over there this year. They can make plays. You just don't know who's going to get hot, and Billy's got to be prepared for them. He's got to prepare the guys for them tonight. And who are those guys to watch out for?
you always have like with the Bulls, you just gotta always look out for the shooters. I'm mainly look like CJ McCollum can always shoot at a high clip. You know, like
Yep.
I don't care how old he is. I don't like he's CJ McCollum. He can get his buckets. He
Mm-hmm.
can go ISO. He can work off screens. That's a good vet for the Wizards. I think for that young, inexperienced roster that they have, kind of like in a rebuilding stage, but they're still like they still have threats everywhere. And like I look at Kispert, the Bulls always have problems with guys that can spot up shoot, right?
I agree. I agree.
And like it just comes to a point where it's like it's like an actual issue, but it never gets like it's never solved. Like if you look over the last 3 years, it's like these spot up shooters always give us issues. I'm looking at Kispert. I'm looking at Kubulale, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like these guys can make a difference in the game. I'm trying to find.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to find these other guys
Yeah, they've got
that I
Kispert,
have.
Koulibaly, Kashawn George. He's young. You just don't know what to expect from him. I mean, he's young.
Sean George is
He's
a heck
learning.
of a player.
He he gets a good
He's
matchup
one of their
against the
best.
Bulls. If he gets
He's one of
matched
their
up with,
best players right now.
yeah, he's putting up 16 right now a game. If the Bulls somehow come out tonight and put Giddy on him, I wouldn't be shocked if Kashawn George goes for 25 on the Bulls tonight. If the matchup is right and he takes advantage of it, you just don't know what could happen, and that's why the NBA is tough, and you can't sleep on teams just because of their record and who they're putting out there. And we
Hmm.
saw a prime example of that last night. Like
Yeah.
half the team that was coming off the bench for the Miami Heat, I'm sure a lot of viewers and people that were there had no clue who they were, and myself included on some of those guys. Like never heard the name before, and their name is now on the map to watch
Hmm.
out for. So I could see something like that happening again tonight with the Wizards. Like they have guys like
Hmm.
Malachi Branham from who used to be on the Spurs from Ohio State. They also have Sharif Cooper coming from Auburn. Like if those guys get hot, they could get a lot of points in a hurry. Like you just don't know. So
Yeah.
I
That's
really
that's the
hope
best. And I'll say
there's
this
film
like that's
watched.
that's the best thing about basketball. That's the best thing about basketball.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is like, and you see it in college ball. It's just like you just never know. Like it could just be someone's night. That's why,
Yeah.
like with the Bulls, like I feel like sometimes we just we underestimate what another team can do. Like I think last night with the Heat, we were like, "Oh, Hero's out, Wiggins is out, Jovic is out." Like, oh, we could just let's sit Kobe White. We'll be fine without him.
Yep.
No, we're going against Eric Spoelstra.
No.
Eric Spoelstra. Like this team is very
Yeah.
like they're
Yeah.
they're they're very well coached, and they still had Bam. They still had Davion Mitchell. They still had Khalil Ware. Like they
Yeah.
had guys and it's just I don't know. It's a little frustrating to see like because we're
It's
sitting here and we have no say of what's going on, but like we know anything can happen on any night, and we see it with the Bulls all the time with these guys that I feel like we just underestimate our opponent.
I think
But go ahead.
I think what sums up like the Heat culture and kind of what we saw last night with those guys is when they made their finals run, guys like Gabe Vincent, guys like
Hmm.
Caleb Martin got put on the map because of a guy like Spoelstra putting them into the right system and telling them what they needed to do.
Hmm.
Like that's exactly what happened last night, and you can't underestimate someone with a good coach. Like I don't know what the coaching situation honestly is with the Washington Wizards, but who knows? Like,
Hmm.
and that is what's great about the NBA. Like, you can obviously you know who the stars are of the team, but you can't write off someone on the bench. Like, you just don't know when if they see two shots go through, they might see the next 10 shots go through because that
Hmm.
builds confidence. So giving them easy buckets, which is what the Bulls have been doing in their last two games with the Heat and the Blazers, of like just giving up free layups and things, like that gets guys going. You can't let that happen. You got to make them work and earn everything. So I'm hoping we see a little bit more of that tonight and tenacity on the defensive end for sure.
Yeah. The one thing I was going to say was we have a clear advantage in terms of how we play ball. I think if we get out and running, these guys are young. We're young too, but the
Yep.
way we like to play basketball is we like to speed people up, and and I think last night versus the Heat we had problems when they sped us up. It felt like
Hmm.
in moments, and it's kind of weird to see that when all they do is rave about how fast we play, and it makes teams uncomfortable with the Heat. I think that kind of goes out the window with how similar they play to us. But like when we play teams like like other teams that don't play like that, it's kind of like a curveball to them.
Yep.
And especially with the Wizards coming off of a back to back, they're traveling from Toronto to Chicago. We're off a back to back off a bad loss. We're both off a bad loss.
Yep.
Um, I would really like to see both these teams at full strength if possible,
Yeah.
just so I can get a better idea of what's gonna what we need to work on. If
Yeah.
if we're having trouble with the 1-14 Washington Wizards at home, then there's something deeper to that,
Right.
because they're like you said, they're bottom in a lot of things, in a lot of stats. I think we should beat them on the boards. We should beat them on assists.
The bench
If
should
the
outperform
bench should
like
really,
what we
yeah,
did
you're
to Denver. We should
yes,
do a similar thing to Washington tonight. Like it should
exactly.
be outperformance by a mile. We should have a lot of energy from the bench tonight.
Yeah, I agree, and I I think Trey Jones should start. If Kobe White's not available tonight,
I agree.
which I really hope he is, because he brings a different element to the offense.
Yep.
He adds a lot of like a more 3-point threat. Even though in the first 5-6 games of the year we were a 3-point threat, maybe we were just hot. I said that about the Heat. I was like, I hope we could keep that going. But their 3-point defense, their perimeter defense is unbelievable. But
Yeah.
that's Spoelstra.
That's a lot of Spoelstra help right there. Yeah, for
That
sure.
Heat culture, they're
Yep.
like, if you watch anything with like Jimmy Butler when he was on the Heat, those games were like, if you played the Heat, it was like a 90-90 game going down to the wire.
Mm-hmm.
They're a very, very good, disciplined defensive team, and they know what to do on the offensive end, when to slow things down, when to put their foot on the gas. They're just a well-coached team, and with the Wizards, again, like you said, like, I don't know the situation with their coaching staff. They're 1-14. I think we could. I would hope Billy could. I hope Billy has 3 hours of sleep tonight.
I agree.
I think this isn't like every game is important, but on a back-to-back at home on a Saturday
I hope he got
after what
very little sleep. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think he should get very little sleep. I think he should be up in his office or at home
Mm-hmm.
watching film, figuring things out. You get there early tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
and you figure out something. I think they have like a. I hope they had like when Zach LaVine, they would have like these team talks after
Yep.
games. They would talk about it all the time.
Yep.
We had a very, very good. We had a team talk. You know, we got to the play-in. Did it do much?
Yeah.
No,
No.
but it's promising. There's something like I just want to fire. I just want this team to like show something. Like, yes, we went 5-0 to start the year, but we went on a 5-game losing streak. So these are games we have to win. The Heat are very good. Every team, I mean, can win on any given night, but we have to win these games because of I mean, looking at the schedule, we have a pretty easy schedule after, Wizards at home, and then we go away for a 5 game stretch, and pretty much every game is winnable.
Very
Those teams we
winnable.
have
Yep.
coming up have a pretty significant losing record, and then
Yep.
after that we have a very tough schedule. So these are games we just have to win, and then we can go from there. But
I
yeah,
agree.
I don't know. I don't want to ramble too much.
No, I completely agree. I really hope Billy prepared the team for tonight and that he has discussed with them the real points of emphasis on what needs to be focused on. Like on a nightly basis, shots aren't going to fall like they did in Portland. Threes aren't going to be made every time. And that happened with the Miami Heat, and we didn't win elsewhere. We didn't win 50-50 balls. We didn't get nitty-gritty defensive possessions. We didn't get many stops. There was not times watching that game last night where we were like, wow, that was a really good defensive possession. Everyone was guarding and rotating where they needed to be. Like, there wasn't many times where we said that. And
Hmm.
we can highlight good defensive possessions when they are there. And there was not many to be talked about. So I hope that there's an effort, and I think I'm going to get into the picks here soon of the parlay picks, I think. And I'm going to highlight Io DeSumo. At the end of the game last night, he got 2 chase down blocks in the last 4 minutes of the game that no one's going to talk about except me here right now. But like that's the effort that needs to be brought all the time, right?
I agree.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't care what the score is. Show
yeah,
some effort.
show effort. Mm-hmm. The amount
Yeah,
of
I
players
mean
that just like
it's
put their head down and gave up on the team was just like, come on, come on, we got to be better than that. And Billy's got to light a fire in him too and be like, stop, like no pouting. And if you're gonna pout, let's go to the bench. Like you're sitting on the bench for the rest of the game. And he did that to Vooch because Vooch was definitely pouting last night, and he didn't play more
Mhm.
than 21 minutes because of it. So
Yeah, another thing to bring up is, more of our bench guys that were producing.
mm-hmm.
I mean, we got to mention Dalen Terry.
Yeah,
I mean, uh, we wanted to talk about this yesterday after our post game. We didn't really get to it that much. It was just he had what did he have? He had 5 fouls in how many minutes?
13 minutes, 5 fouls, and Patrick Williams 18 minutes, and he fouled out.
And he fouled out in 18 minutes.
Yeah. Dalen Terry didn't have any points or anything, just 4 rebounds, 2 assists. It wasn't like he was productive really anywhere. So much worse performance from him. Pat Will just had some late threes when we were already down 30. He had some Chris Paul cut the lead to 50. I mean,
Hmm.
that was pretty much about it.
And again, that's a Miami Heat team that statistically and watching them, they struggle on the road. As
Mm-hmm.
as do the Bulls. Like
Yeah.
we're very similar teams, but they do struggle on the road. But it was like we just gave in to what they
Mm-hmm.
wanted to do. We just let them do what they wanted. They took us out of our own comfort zone, and they did what they wanted to do. I want to see the Bulls do what they want to do against the Wizards.
Yep.
I want to see the Bulls win by 15 or more against the Wizards tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to see the Bulls have a game plan coming in on like points of emphasis, like crash the boards, dominate the Wizards tonight on the boards, and do that. Go in there and do it. Like whatever else happens, at least have some key points where you want to win the game and succeed and like execute where you want to execute. Like they didn't have anything going for them last night, and they just didn't execute anywhere like well. So
Yeah. A key point of emphasis again. We'll keep this short. It's rebounding, play our game, find the right shots, high quality shots, and make sure that they just don't catch fire. And I hope Billy calls the timeouts in the right spots.
mm-hmm.
Like we
I
talked
agree.
about yesterday, he didn't call a timeout.
Nope. He should have at least called one. Got to
At
at least
least
call one.
one.
At some point, like, the run has to stop, whether you want to teach them a lesson and they're not listening or not. You gotta teach them a lesson, but still focus on the game and realize there's still a chance you could win this game if you call a timeout and stop this run. So he's got to be better. They got to be better. We don't know what's going on, but both sides, there's something going on. So
Yeah.
it's not the message is not getting relayed to both parties currently. So
Yeah,
both
there
can be
there's
better for sure.
yeah, there's clearly a disconnect going on right now between the players and the coaching staff
Yep.
that we hope gets solved very, very quickly, especially during this upcoming schedule that we have, where we
Yeah.
should win a lot of these games. I think we could. I hope we solve this issue during these games prior to our tougher schedule after.
Yeah. I agree. I hope they can figure something out and it can click in their brains and click within the team so that they can scratch out some wins that maybe they aren't supposed to win against teams like the Timberwolves or
The Cavs.
yeah, Cavs. If we play I don't know if we're playing the Celtics soon, but like teams like that, like you gotta win some of those games to get a
We
better
play the
seeding.
Warriors at home soon as well.
Yeah, so gotta figure those out, and be able to scratch out a few of those to get a better seeding if we're gonna make the playoffs and not be in the play-in. So
hmm So yeah, Ty, do you want to give us your picks here?
yeah, I mean we went 2 or 3 last night, so not terrible.
Not
One
bad.
got scratched because Kobe didn't play, so we're gonna put Kobe back in there. I've got 2 bonus ones, but the main 3 that I'm looking for would love to see Trey Jones control the offense a little bit more, like you said, and so I'm gonna take over 5 assists. So hoping for 5+ assists is what I would look for
Okay.
there. Hoping that he's like spreading the offense and getting things moving, whether that's involving Vooch or guys like Herter, Giddy, Cutting, like something around there. Kobe White, depending on how many minutes here, I think 20+ points would be nice from him tonight. Would love to just get him back in the team and playing, and hope he gets to the lane, shoots a couple threes, gets the offense moving a little bit better, gets the ball moving on the offense. Io, like I said, gave good effort at the end of the game, even when it didn't matter. So 1.5 steals and blocks. I think he's really good defensively. This is a Wizards team, depending on who he's guarding. I don't know if he'll be matched up with CJ or who he's got, Keyshawn George. Um,
Mhm.
but if he's got George, I think he's gonna make him pay. He's young. Like Io should give him trouble. And then bonus 3, Alex Sarr if he plays over 18 and a half. I'd love to see a Vucevic double-double. We haven't seen that since the game winner, I guess, was a double-double, I think, maybe. I don't even know if he had 10 rebounds, but it seems like that used to be a consistent nightly basis for him, and he hasn't done that in a while. So would love to see that out of him. And also bonus, CJ McCollum, 8.5 rebounds and assists. CJ plays hard, whether he's older or not. The guy knows winning basketball and he knows winning plays. So
Mhm.
if Alex Sarr's on the floor, I would expect him to be spreading the rock to Sarr, Kispert,
Mhm.
Whitmore, all of them. He's gonna control that offense and make sure that they're not stagnant. So
No, I agree.
that's what I've got.
I like those. I'm tailing that.
There's a lot, so I mean, pick and choose what you like.
After yesterday,
Uh, yeah.
that was a rough night.
I don't know what to expect. But
We
I
can
hope
only
there's a
expect the
lot more.
best.
I hope there's a lot more positives in the game. Let's just say that after the game, I hope we have a lot more positives, and I'm rooting that no matter what happens, they got to just come out with the win at the end of the day, whether it's sloppy or it's a great game played by the Bulls. You got to come out with the win.
Mhm.
You
No,
can't
yeah,
drop one to the 1-14 Wizards.
you
You can't.
can't.
You can't. These are
It just
games
it.
that decide your seeding.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, NBA Cup is the NBA Cup. You know, we can talk
Right.
about the NBA Cup as much as we want. I mean, we're not here for the NBA Cup. We want the
No.
Larry.
Yep. Yep.
Um, so as far as that goes, yeah, I think we touched on everything about the Wizards. Don't downplay them. If you're a Bulls fan, don't go into it thinking, oh, we should win this by 1,000. It's not the case.
It's not the
It,
case.
it's gonna be, it could be a good game, but from what we've seen, we from this Bulls team, I think we're well equipped to beat them pretty handedly in all facets of the game. And if we don't see that, you'll hear about it in the post game.
Yep.
So that's all we got. Tyler, do you have anything else to add?
No, I think you hit it on the point. You hit it right on the money. Well equipped,
Okay.
but you just never know. What we've seen the last two games, we could shoot lights out. We could come in here and play zero defense tonight and lose this game. So
Mm-hmm.
you just never know. We hope for the best, and we hope that we can give you a update later tonight that's positive and we're on the winning side and we could talk about all the positives that we corrected and Billy made adjustments to the offense and defensive end especially. We'll be looking out for that. Any key adjustments that are made, we'll highlight positives if there's any. So, and we want to. We really
Oh,
do.
badly.
So, yeah. I mean, that's all we got. Um, that's about all I got for Bullseye View on this one with the
Yeah.
preview. We'll see you soon. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. As always, turn on the noties.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to give you updates constantly. So come
Getting
back for our
yeah,
crazy
getting big on
reactions.
TikTok and X.
Yeah, TikTok and X. What's the
Just slow
what's the
start
tags?
right now, but
What are the tags over there?
for TikTok and X, it's BullsEyeView 0. And please give us a follow if
Yeah,
you're on those social media applications, and we'd very much appreciate it. We're trying to post daily on those, and yeah, give us a like, subscribe, turn the noties on here on YouTube, and we're gonna give everything we got into this Bulls franchise.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
only up from here after last night. So
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah. Alrighty. Well, we're out, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
See ya.